Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways you can use geographical data to build extra context into your outreach. Geography is typically the most vanilla targeting criteria, whether you're using Salesforce, ZoomInfo, Everstring, Discover.org, whatever you might be using. Geography is one of the boxes that I think everybody checks because they have to. But here at Union, we have found that when we use geography data to add that extra level of context, it is simple and it is powerful. So the first thing is, if your team, or yourself, you or your teams, are going to be in a specific state or city or region like New England, use geography to create what we call a geo-selling campaign. So along the lines of, hey, we will be in the area, let's meet face to face. In 2019, it is so hard to get that real personal connection. And I think a geo-selling campaign really helps connect that dot, like, hey, I'm not just trying to do a conference call or a video call with you. I'd love to meet face to face. Whether or not that actually ends in a face-to-face meeting is to be determined. We, a lot of times with these campaigns, will end up before or after our trip talking to somebody on the phone, but it at least is that extra bit of context, and that's very powerful. The second is referencing clients that are well known in a specific geographical area. In Boston, we have big companies that everybody kind of knows. In New York City, there's companies that everybody kind of knows. In San Francisco. So the idea is build kind of an anchor referencing that sort of big client that everybody might know, or even a smaller client that people might not know, but it's still showing that you've done business in this area, you have a connection to it. It's a little touch, it's a little bit, sometimes like to segment that over the course of 20 different segments might not be the most productive use of your time, but there's sometimes that little tweak can be incredibly powerful. So that's reference a client that everybody or not everybody knows in that specific geographical region, that shows you have an extra tie to it. The third way we use geographical data is to just keep that audience separate. So if a news item or a big event is happening in that area, it gives us the ability to reference that in our outreach to show that this is a current campaign, build that extra level of context, like we're connected to that area, and also show that prospect that you are not just blasting this email to everybody and their mothers. It is meant to go to that specific place. So those are the 3. Just as a recap, the first is geo-selling campaigns. The second, reference a customer in the area. And the third, keep them separate. So if there's a newsworthy release that's only relevant to a specific geography, you can leverage that quickly and stay relevant and contextual to that audience. So those are the 3 ways we use geographical data in our outreach.